The Graduate School Spotlight podcast features various academic programs that offer an advanced degree at Albany State University. My guest is Dr. Veronica Adams-Cooper. How are you doing today?
I am doing great, Sydney. Thank you so much for asking and for having me.
That is great. And you said you are the new chair in the Master of Public Administration department, correct?
Correct. I started serving July 2022, and it has been so fulfilling and exciting being able to serve our students and our faculty in the campus. I'm really excited about it and glad to share information about our program today.
Oh, that's amazing. So can you explain what you do?
As a chair, I am the central cog in the wheel. And we have faculty, we have staff, we have students, we have alumni, we have community partners, and certainly we have all the administrators here at Albany State University. And as chair, I get to make sure that everything stays in place and order such that our students are recruited, our students are retained to make sure they complete their curriculum, and that our students graduate so they can go on into careers for leaders and managers in public service. So it's a really challenging position, but it's worth it because our society needs more students who are going to be public servants, serving our nation and our world. So thank you.
So what are some trends or significant changes that you've seen in graduate education?
Across the nation, graduate education in most fields has had a dip since COVID-19. However, we're looking for a rebound. During the summer, there was a group that visited the university virtually, and they showed that the public administration master's degree is one of those fields that although there was a slight dip, there are significant numbers in terms of growth potential. And that's the exciting part. When we look at what today is about our elections, about our government, about public service, about the administrative state.
Right.
No community cannot have certain areas. We need our police departments.
Yeah.
We need our school systems. We need all of our auditors. We need so many different professionals that fall under the umbrella of public service. And that's why the advanced degree in public education is so important. And I do want to add, while the Master of Public Administration program focuses on government positions, we also focus on the nonprofit sector as well. So those two areas are serviced by the Master of Public Administration degree. Our program is 36 hours, just 12 classes.
Wow.
3 credits each. And we're hopeful that that's attractive to students who have a broad perspective and who really want to serve their community.
So how would a graduate degree equate to a better job or a higher salary or job promotions?
Well, there's research that shows an advanced degree is going to earn persons, and let's just say at least from the undergrad to the graduate level, that there's going to be a significant difference. And so we're talking anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 per year difference by having an advanced degree. Now, if you go into particular fields, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight the STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, and math, those numbers eclipse that particular pay raise differential.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And so while public management, public service may not have as high of that type of increase, definitely it's there. Students who are seniors should seriously consider the Master of Public Administration degree if they have desires to work in the community, if they have desires to work directly with people, if they have the desire to help. We need trained professionals, and that's what our program does. When you go to any government office, all of those reports, all of those systems that have to be managed, They need persons with those skill sets. And for public administration, we focus on leadership and management. We focus on the policy process. We focus on being able to analyze information. We focus on focusing on our citizens. And lastly, we focus on diversity. We focus on inclusion, and we focus on the fact that even with all of that, we have to have a sense that we are a united, States of America.
Yes.
And I always tell my students, what color do we wear? It's not red, it's not blue. Our colors for public administration are red, white, and blue, and our mascot is the eagle. And that means that we serve every citizen where he or she is. Yeah.
So I'm just going to say this. I don't know if it's because your eye contact is so strong and stern, but I feel like you're talking to me right now.
Okay, yes.
I feel like you're definitely getting through to me. We're going to take a quick music break. You're listening to Real 92.7, Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio. And we are back with Dr. Adams Cooper. We were having a great conversation about leadership and the MPA department. So how does an undergraduate student prepare to attend graduate school, especially in this department?
Great question, Sydney. We have currently 4 concentration areas for the Master of Public Administration program. So students who may have an interest in criminal justice, administration, health administration and policy, human resources management, or public management should definitely get in contact with our program. And they can reach me via email at my name, veronica.adams-cooper@asu-rams.edu. Seniors who are graduating, and even juniors, if you want to get in touch with us earlier, you would simply go to our Albany State University website, and you would go to Graduate Studies. And on Graduate Studies, you would see how to apply. And when you get to how to apply, there will be different links to the various programs. So for our program, students need to have a 3.0 GPA as a regular student. You can also be a provisional student with a 2.5 GPA. The provisional student status means that you are able to take 6 hours your first semester, and within your first 9 hours, you have to achieve at least a B average. So we have a range of ways for students at different GPA levels to come in. We don't have a GRE requirement, and that's a good thing. Sometimes our standardized test may be a barrier for access. In addition to that, students would have to fill out the application on the website. And right now, the application fee is being waived. Additionally, students would have to have 2 letters of recommendation, and then they would have to have a personal statement telling us why they would like to pursue a career in public service. It's as easy as that.
Can you discuss careers that require an advanced degree?
In terms of our area or just in general?
In your area.
Well, in our area, for example, when we look at a policy analyst, a student from political science may be interested in our program because, again, one of the areas involves policy making. When we look at budget manager, that's a career, and it will require an advanced degree. So students who may be in, say, different areas, we've already talked about political science, but what if there's a student who is actually in the business school? While there is an MBA program, Master of Business Administration, there may be students who have an interest in public service, but they are budget focused. So they could also come and obtain the degree for the MPA. We also have urban and regional planners. Those are people who map out the space in our communities. So we might have students who are in, what is that? Fine arts, creative, people who have a mind for structures, who have a mind for how we can put a park in a different place, how we would have a rec center at the east side of town versus the west side of town. So different majors have the opportunity to come to the MPA program, and then they have a route into public service. Recreation managers. We know that for a lot of towns, they say work, play, and live. Well, recreation is a key. So we may have students in our health and performance area, our undergraduate program, who may have an interest in becoming a recreation manager, and they can come through our Master of Public Administration program. So our degree is a very broad degree, but it's also very specific in the sense that students can build on their undergraduate degree.
Can you explain the difference between research and scholarship when selecting an advanced degree?
Sure. When we look at the term research is you're going to use a scientific process to answer a question or a problem, to address an issue. And in the Master of Public Administration program, students will have throughout their curriculum writing, but there are two specific classes: the Research Design and Data Analysis course and their Capstone Research, where they will explore a particular issue to address. Scholarship, on the other hand, is what do you do with that research that you have conducted? Do you put it in a journal article? Do you share it at a conference? Do you put it in a blog? Do you have a podcast? Okay, so the more formal the presentation of that data, the more scholarly it's considered. And in academia, the peer-reviewed journal article is the highest form of, what would we say, commendation for faculty or for students who want to pursue academic requirements.
Okay, great. We're going to take another quick music break. We will be back. You're listening to Real 92.7, Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio. We are back once again with Dr. Adams Cooper. Is there anything that you would like to add before we close out?
I would, Sydney. First of all, I'd like to say I have so enjoyed your selections this evening.
Thank you.
They have just given me a pick-me-up that I greatly enjoyed. There was one particular song by Marvin Gaye, just an all-time classic, What's Going On, way back in the 1960s. He was speaking to the social challenges in society. And here we are, 2022, and it seems like time hasn't even changed. In public administration, we have a pillar or a particular focus called social equity. Many people may understand it as social justice. Within public administration, social equity focuses on issues of fairness, issues of justice, and issues of equality. And we put all of those together and we say social equity. When we look at the experience of the historically black college and university student, many of us can point back into our family histories, recent and in the distant past, where we have experienced unfairness, injustice, and inequality. And we are still striving for those things. And so I want students to know our program is a help for society, because the mission of our program is to increase the number of underrepresented individuals in the profession. Our program was started in 1987 by our belated and beloved founder, Dr. Lois B. Hollis. And her mission was to make sure that our students were not just trained in the profession, but that they have a passion and that they have a heart to serve. And so when you hear that song, What's Going On by Marvin Gaye, but there are many others that speak to the social conditions that plague our communities across the nation, not just in Southwest Georgia, not just in Georgia, but when you look across the nation, many of our students come from different places and they come here. And I would like to say for a mere $11,000 or less, students can come to our MPA program on campus or online. In spring 2023, we're introducing a full online modality or track, and that's a plus. In addition to that, I want students to know that there are leadership opportunities for students in our Public Student Association, in our Pi Alpha Alpha Global Honor Society. We have a new chapter that we're starting, a new student chapter for the International City County Management Association. In addition to that, we have leadership opportunities for students through National Issues Forums, and we also do other social equity projects. For example, right now, several of our faculty are working on an Office of Population Affairs grant, Stronger Together, that's helping young women who are teen parents in the Southwest Georgia area. It's a multi-million-dollar grant. Dr. Peter Nwafu, who is now the Dean for the College of Business, Education, and Professional Studies, is lead on that, with Dr. Sandra Handwork, and these are faculty in the Public Administration Department, and also Dr. Cheryl Johnson in the School of Business. So we do a lot in the community as it relates to social justice issues. We've worked on food insecurity, and in addition to food insecurity, we've worked on poverty, and just recently we had a National Issues Forum on COVID-19. Albany, Dougherty County, Georgia. We still have citizens who are COVID-19 vulnerable. How should we keep our community safe? If my voice may sound muffled, I'm masked. I'm a vulnerable citizen. And how do we keep our citizens safe? When we had this forum, many of our students said, we agreed to the right to choose whether to take the vaccine or not. And that's something that's really important for students to have the ability to engage in civic discourse, to know how to listen to other citizens. And we do all of that in our training.
Thank you once again for coming on the show. Thank you, listeners, for joining us. The Graduate School Spotlight podcast airs every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on 92.7 WASU-FM. Tune in as we feature a different graduate program each week. I'm Sydney Pettus, and thank you for listening.